Hello everyone, welcome to the Ichimoku.co chart of the day. Nasdaq 100, and here we see a confirmed change of trend today. Previous day's trading we had a change of trend to the downside with the candle forming a lower high, lower low. That was off the back of a very small bodied candle after the market had been extending up through the previous major high, and that trend had been in existence, that first time frame uptrend had been in existence for the past couple of weeks. We were looking at a market that was looking short-term overbought and certainly looking overextended, and a retracement was overdue. Now the retracement was only fairly mild, and we saw that confirmed change of trend for the previous day's trading, but it occurred on a white body candle, so immediately that short shift that we saw in net momentum between the open and the close of that black body candle had shifted back to the buyers, with the buyers closing with the control by closing up towards the high. That has now led to a change of trend back to the upside. It did suggest that the buyers still were the stronger party in this market, even though we had an attempted retracement. The market really didn't get anywhere near the Tenkan-sen indicator. It did suggest that the market was still looking overbought at that stage, and with the buyers coming into this market, it really does highlight the strength that the buyers are showing. We are still looking a little overbought, however. If we look at the angle of the Tenkan-sen here, it is pointing up very sharply, so it is reflecting very strong upside momentum in that short-term time frame. Not as steep an angle on the Kijun-sen, but still we are just starting to look a little deep in terms of the distance of the close away from the Kijun-sen. So a retracement here wouldn't surprise. It would be healthy for this market, and if the market can get through some higher levels of support around this 5900 level, if we do retrace back towards the Tenkan-sen at 5850 at the moment, we will be looking for very strong support to come in initially around that area. In terms of Ichimoku, a strong bull market in all three timeframes, trading above the cloud, above the Kijun-sen, the Tenkan-sen, and the Chikou span is supporting the bullish activity in all three timeframes with solid upside momentum. This is a very strong recovery that we've seen from the Nasdaq 100 over the last couple of weeks, and following some decent selling where the market mean reverted in that longer term time frame back towards the support at the Ichimoku cloud. Now just looking at potential support if we do see the market test to lower levels, and firstly looking to that previous swing high, a major swing high at 5897, and if the market does come off, we'll be looking for strong support to come into there. We did see that from the previous day's trading. The market testing below there, the formation of the shadow represents a loss of commitment by the sellers, and also the market finding support just within that small window that was open below that 5897 level. The bottom of that window is around the 5880 level. Also below there we have the Tenkan-sen at the moment coinciding with another intermediate swing high at 5845, so very, very solid support all the way down through to the top part of the cloud where we have another window, and the support extends all the way down to 5716, so very strong market at the moment for the Nasdaq 100. Now just using our Fibonacci Extension tool, and here we're examining the relationship of the current first time frame uptrend to the immediate previous first time frame uptrend. Here we see the market establishing this trend today with the buyers in control, showing some solid commitment, and our first level to be watching for the next day will be the 23.6% level at 5973, just watching for any loss of commitment by the buyers around that area, and then up above that 6,000 round number, which obviously will come into play as resistance, potential resistance. We have the 38.2% level at 6025, so that could be quite an important level if the market does get up to those levels. But the way we use these levels, we just don't look at them blindly, and we watch how the market reacts around these levels. And if we see the buyers losing commitment or losing control, and the sellers starting to come into the market gaining a little bit of strength, or even just the buyers losing strength, it does suggest that there is potential for a change of trend in that first time frame, and in the first time frame only, similar to what we've perhaps seen for the previous day's trading. Looking next to our Pitchfork technique, and this drawing tool has shown as highlighting some key areas of support and resistance, and that 300% line, that warning line there, was an area of very strong resistance about a month or so ago. And if the build of upside momentum and the trend to the upside continues, we will be watching that area once again. At the moment, it's just above that 6,000 round number level, but will move higher over the next few days. But that is an area, if we do see this trend continue to build, that we should be watching. There's a very good opportunity here for the buyers to test up to this 300% warning line. Now, if we do see any change of trend to the downside, watching this 200% line as an area of potential support. So if this market does come off, and that support for the next day's trading is just slightly above the Tenkan-sen, around the 5874 region. And just using the minor pitchfork here, and we're just looking at the first time frame swing in trend, so higher highs, higher lows for each individual candle is determining the swings here. And here we were watching this previous swing up. We met resistance at this warning line with the buyers losing commitment, finding net momentum in favour of the sellers. It did suggest that there was potential for a change of trend with this hanging man type pattern, not a copybook pattern, but it did suggest potential for a change of trend only in the first time frame, and we did see that it was confirmed with that previous day's trading, with the formation of a lower high, lower low. The upper warning line here did hold as resistance for that day's trading. We have traded through there in a bullish manner, suggesting that the buyers have found renewed strength in this market. And if we change the swings here, now that we have a new first time frame uptrend established, our first target here to the upside will be the upper median line, roughly about the 5973 level. If the market does break out through there, we'll be looking to the first warning line around the 6,000 level for the next day's trading. So it does bring that 6,000 area into play if we do see the range of the next candle extend in a very dynamic manner up to that level. But what we do here is just watch how the market reacts to these levels, and this is on a very minor scale. And just looking at our trends here in higher time frames, looking at peaks and troughs, and here we see the market continuing in this uptrend that we've seen for some time. And just looking through here, don't be fooled that we had a downtrend in place. We had a series of higher peaks and higher troughs through here. Still here, a series of higher peaks and higher troughs. That trough was still higher, so we had a trough, peak, higher trough, higher peak. We had a lower trough, but we didn't have a lower peak to confirm any change of trend. The buyers returned back into the market very strongly after finding support within the cloud here, and we have now had establishment of another higher peak and higher trough with today's trading going through that previous peak. So it does suggest that all through this period that the series of higher peaks and higher troughs have remained intact, and technically we still had a bull market in that medium-term time frame, although that wasn't reflected in what we were seeing with the Kijun-sen, with the market trading down below the Kijun-sen about a week and a half or so ago. Looking next to our bands here with the Nasdaq 100. And we have continuation of strong bullish activity above the upper band. It does suggest that we have a very strong bullish tone in this medium-term time frame. The bands are starting to widen now. After that bullish breakout, we have taken out important swing highs, and we will be looking for potential support on any retracement at the upper band at 5874.